There is a phrase in Psalm 46 that was written in the middle of chaos, in the middle of war, in the middle of everything falling apart. And that phrase has only 4 words in Hebrew, 4 words that changed the history of an entire people. But here is what nobody tells you. Those 4 words were also written for you, for the exact moment you are living right now. It is not a coincidence that you are here today. It is not an accident. Stay with me, because what is in this psalm is going to shake you. Throughout this video, I am going to reveal what that phrase is. 4 words that pastors read too quickly, that pass through services without anyone stopping to feel them. But when you understand the context in which they were written, when you know what was happening around the person who wrote them, you will never read Psalm 46 the same way again. Stay until the end, because this revelation only makes sense when you get there. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, even though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though its waters roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with its swelling. There is a river whose streams shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacle of the Most High. God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. God shall help her, just at the break of dawn. The nations raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Come, behold the works of the Lord, who has made desolations in the earth. He makes wars cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and cuts the spear in two. He burns the chariot in the fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. This psalm was not written on a calm day. It was not written with blue skies outside, with warm coffee and peace in the heart. This psalm was written in the middle of the thunder. There is a strong historical theory among biblical scholars that this psalm was written on the night the Assyrian army surrounded Jerusalem. 185,000 soldiers on the other side of the walls, ready to destroy everything. The king was Hezekiah. The people were terrified. There was no visible human way out. And it was in that moment that someone wrote, God is our refuge and strength. Not after the victory, during the siege. That changes everything, because this psalm is not a hymn of celebration. It is an act of faith in the dark. It is someone saying, I still believe, without seeing, without understanding, with the enemy right outside. And you, what is on the outside of your life today? It may not be a literal army, but I know there is something. It could be a debt that will not go away, a sickness the doctor cannot explain, a relationship that is falling apart, an anxiety that wakes you up at 3 in the morning, a fear you cannot even name. This psalm was written for you, especially for you. Close your eyes for a second. You do not have to do it right now. Mas, imagine, you are lying in bed. It is 2 in the morning. The house is quiet. But inside of you there is no silence at all. Your mind will not stop. Your chest feels heavy. You are staring at the ceiling, and that thought comes back again. What if it does not get resolved? What if it gets worse? What if I cannot hold on? Have you been in that place before? I know you have. Most of the people watching this right now have been there, and that is exactly where Psalm 46 steps in. The text says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. The Hebrew word used for present is matzah. It means found, located, available, not a distant help, not a help that arrives later, a help that is already here, that has already been found, that is already available when trouble arrives. That means that when you walked into this situation, God was already there inside it, waiting for you. You did not arrive alone. You are not alone right now. And look at what the psalm says right after that. Therefore we will not fear. It does not say the danger disappeared. It does not say the problem went away. It says we will not fear. Fear is natural. Feeling afraid is not a lack of faith, but letting fear make decisions for you, that is something different. The psalm does not say you will not feel. It says you will not surrender. We have not reached that phrase yet, those 4 words in Hebrew, but I need you to be ready to hear them, because they only make sense when you are inside the psalm. And you already are. Stay with me. Most people read this psalm expecting a promise of calm, a guarantee that everything will be fine quickly, but the text does not promise that. Look at what the psalm describes. The earth is removed, the mountains are carried into the sea, the waters roar and are troubled, the mountains shake, the nations rage, the kingdoms are moved. That is total chaos. It is the world falling apart. Everything is unstable. It is exactly what you feel sometimes. And in the middle of all that description of destruction, the psalm says something that most people rush past too quickly. Verse 5, God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. The city of God is not shaken, not because the world around it is calm, but because God is in the midst of it. The difference is not the absence of chaos. The difference is the presence of God. And now we get there, the 4 words. Verse 10, in Hebrew, harpu udeu ki anochi Elohim. In English, be still and know that I am God. 4 words in the original Hebrew, be still and know that I am God. Most people think be still means stay quiet, relax, take a deep breath, as if it were a spiritual wellness tip. But the Hebrew word used is rapha, and rapha does not mean relax. Rapha means let go, release, loosen the grip of the battle, like a warrior holding a sword with everything he has. And God walks in and says, you can let go now. This battle is mine. God is not asking you to pretend everything is fine. He is telling you that you can put the weight down. You do not need to fix everything. You do not need to understand everything. You do not need to hold everything together. You only need to remember one thing: I am God. And that one memory changes everything. When you know who God is, the problem does not disappear, but it changes in size. It stops being the biggest thing in the room because you remembered that there is someone bigger. Stop for a moment, take a deep breath, close your eyes if you can, and enter this prayer with me. Father, you know everything. You know the weight this person is carrying today. You know about the sleepless nights, about the debts that seem to have no way out, about the fear that tightens the chest, about the uncertainty that paralyzes, about the exhaustion that goes deep into the soul. You know, and today, standing before Psalm 46, I ask, be the refuge, not after it gets resolved. Now, in this moment, in this exact second, let your presence be more real than the problem. Let your voice be louder than the fear. Let your peace enter where anxiety is trying to take root. Lord of hosts, you are with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. I release right now what I was trying to fix on my own. I release the attempt to control everything. I release the weight that was never mine to carry. And I declare you are God. Over my life, over my family, over my finances, over my health, over my future. You are God, and I trust you. Amen. If this psalm touched something inside you today, if there was a moment when you felt that tightness in your chest, that shiver of recognition, that was God reaching you. Do not let this moment pass without doing something. Type Amen in the comments. Just that, one Amen, because sometimes that is all the soul needs to do. Declare that it still believes, that it still trusts, that it is still standing. Share this video with someone who is going through this right now. You may not know who that person is, but God knows. He knows exactly who needs to hear "Be still" and know that I am God. Subscribe to the channel. There is so much more here to strengthen you. See you in the next video, and may the God of Jacob be your refuge today.